Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here, Tuesday, October 22nd, 2013. Just unboxed the bomb himself, Countdown, one of the characters I was really looking forward to. Coming up next is another character who was available on launch day, brand new SWAP Force Newlander. We've seen quite a bit of her in the B-roll and early release stuff. Again, I have to give credit to people when they do things a smart way. I know not every country is applicable here, but here in the US you got Halloween in October, the game launches early to mid-October. Makes sense to load us down with the undead characters. We've got Light Core and Legendary Light Core Grim Creeper. We've got Night Shift and Rattleshake both available. And on launch day we had one of the Newlanders, Roller Brawl. Seen a lot of her. She actually looks really good. Again, fear not about the display. Blizzard Chill is here to save the day. Chase McCain, again, he is hidden. I think if you're looking for him, you'll find him okay. He's been in a different spot every time. As always, if you see him, be sure to post up. Let's go ahead and take a look at Roller Brawl's packaging. Again, one of the things that SWAP Force, Rob from CoinOp hit him up, was like, hey, are all the SWAP Force characters male? The answer was yes, basically because they didn't know quite how to handle it if they were female, swapping around. Not really a big deal to me. I mean, I guess some people would have objection to it, but if I'm having fun, I don't really care if it's politically correct or, anatomically, whatever I'm trying to say proper. Anyway, Roller Brawl is one of the things because there was a lot of, hey, there should be more, female characters in the game. We've basically got them. We've got Roller Brawl, Star Strike, Smolder Dash. They're trying to accommodate here, and I think she's going to be one of the more interesting. She's a roller derby chick, of course, got a great background story we're going to cover. If you're into vampires, this is your girl. If you want to take chaos off, this is your girl. More on that later. Roller Brawl, of course, SWAP Force Newlander. You can see she's obviously Undead Element. Slogan, let's roll. Coming around here to the back side, you got Countdown featured once again. There's Roller Brawl's inset. Looks really good there, actually. Her pose, this is mainly what we've seen, that artwork there. I feel like it doesn't do her. I mean, it looks good. It's just, I feel like, there's a lot of, facial expression and detail that's left out from that one. You can kind of pick up on it there. Even in the strategy guide, like the power previews and stuff, you kind of get a better look at her face. Featured characters, LC Starstrike, LB Eruptor, Bumble Blast, and Slobbertooth. Being a SWAP Force Newlander, she works only with Skylanders SWAP Force. Can't go back, player in Giants. Fear not, all your previous characters are forward compatible. Reason you can't play her in other games, it's just impossible to code in something that you don't know is going to exist at the time. So, that's the case there. Her price, $9.99, $10.99 at Toys R Us, although if you catch it on a sale there, you can swing a pretty sweet deal. Never had any trouble finding her. The game hadn't been out too terribly long just yet. But even with Halloween coming, which she would be a great gift, by the way, particularly if your daughter, niece, granddaughter, yourself is into the game, pretty sweet to pick her up for Halloween, in my opinion. Anyway, no issues with stock in my part of the world, so that means everywhere else should be good as well. We're going to go ahead now and crack her open. Been going much smoother here with these single packs. If this matches what we've seen with our other launch day SWAP Force Newlanders, she should have 310 health, and her little name tag in the packaging will not be taped. So let's see what happens. So far, so good. Again, not the cool shot you get like the swappers, but nonetheless. We'll pull her out, and once more, it is not taped. You can see it come off there. That's great news for those of you that, will keep everything intact or keep the packaging even though you open them. Again, really cool deal here when they're not actually taped. Nice detail on here. You can actually just break it back. Come in, I always go for the base because it just comes out so easy. So that's my strategy. I've yet to break anything. Then you want to do this without bending it, if at all possible. Just slightly lift up. You heard it snap back there. But very well packaged on this first round, in my opinion. Go ahead and we will get started with her stats. Pretty low, in all honesty, power and armor. 60 on the power, 55 on the armor. Agility, though, that's best I remember, one of the, at least out of the regular size characters, that's about the highest I remember seeing. 45 on luck. That puts her at what, 150, and then we've got 310 out of 800, I believe. My math is correct. You can see there, nice detail. You pick up on that skull helmet. It's a classic Undead, almost just like the base. She's got like little pinchers, though I guess they're actually blades, kind of akin to Wolverine or something. Got really cool detail on the pink hair. And again, very menacing roller skates. She is definitely not someone you'd want to run into if you're into the roller derby. Sticker sheet, same artwork. Below there you got a web code, QR code. Go ahead now, take a look at Rollerblade. Coming up front again, it's part of it. I kind of feel like, it adds to her mystique, with the hair covering her eye. It's kind of, if it was all there, you wouldn't be as intrigued, and with it doing that, it leaves, it creates a little mystery or curiosity factor. So I will run with that. Don't know why she's not coming into focus. That said, I'm trying. I mean, she's a vampire. If the camera would ever focus, you would be able to tell that. Let me bring her up here for you. No, not gonna happen. Okay, well, I don't know what the deal is there. But anyway, we'll back her up a little bit. Undead Element logo. You can see there again, the blue base indicates she's a SWAP Force Skylander. Nice little blade gears down here. This one's actually entrenched in the skull. Pretty much shows she means business. The color scheme is actually, it's more of like a pale purple than it is a pink. Now right here on the blade gear, the camera's not really showing it well, but that little inset, on the blade gear is a true pink color in my opinion. But then like her pants and the fist, the glove she's wearing, that's kind of more of like a purple color. She's kind of got like the oily, dirty hair, if you will, if that makes any sense going on. Looks very vampirish. Again, check this out, which I don't know if the camera will cooperate, but I think you can kind of see it there. Her glove is actually a skull. It's got fangs, and then that's where these blades come from. Coming around to the other side, it's the same thing. Very well detailed here for Roller Brawl. And again, she's about to, swipe is what it looks like. So that said, let's take a look at her story. I definitely think you will enjoy this one. Roller Brawl grew up with 5 older vampire brothers who were all very big and overprotective. Being the smallest of her family, she learned how to use her speed and cunning to become one of the toughest jammers in the Undead Roller Derby League. It was during the championship match when she caught the eye of Chaos, who fell head over heels in love with her. But when her overprotective brother stepped in, Chaos had them captured by Drow and taken prisoner. Roller Brawl swore revenge, but even with her impressive skills, she was no match for an entire Drow army. Having developed a strong distaste for evil, she joined up with the Skylanders to fight against Chaos while never giving up on her search for her brothers. Very cool story there. Again, that kind of adds an element, maybe a personal quest, a novel on down the line, chapters or adventure packs and future games where she goes to find her brothers, in prison somewhere by the Drow or Chaos's castle, something along those lines. But what most people probably care about is Chaos's involvement there. So they're at the championship game. She's out there doing her thing. Chaos takes notice, falls head over heels in love with the girl. And, the brothers step in, so Chaos did what anyone short and insecure does. He has them taken out by his, cronies. So, pretty cool backstory there. Again, adds light to Chaos. That's kind of a neat deal. Her powers, I guess her primary, she's got the roller claws, is what they call them. You just, primary buttons going to attack with the blades. Secondary attack, this one's really cool looking. It's kind of reminiscent to me of Cinder. Attack 2 to dash and damage nearby enemies. Press attack 1 to attack while dashing. So essentially just picture attack 2 is going to speed her up, and then if you press 1 while you're in the dash, she's going to attack with speed. Upgrades, attack 3, or her tertiary, that's actually going to be when she starts shooting, the blade gears off of those skates. We've seen a lot of that in the preview videos. Other base upgrades, nothing too fancy. She's got 2 paths here. Shadow Skater path. This one actually lets her kind of going to upgrade, her primary attack. She's going to be throwing blade gears. She's going to just basically ram with her helmets and stuff like that. Then her skate blade siren path is going to be more akin, I guess, to like Cinder's second path, where she's actually doing, the phantom dash and everything. She's got skate blade trap, critical claws, and spinning claws. So it's kind of going to be, again, in my opinion, fairly reminiscent of Cinder, little elements of Spyro thrown in there. But I'll have to kind of play her, and I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. But the Soul Gem, I believe, attack 2 while dashing to headbutt an enemy. Okay, and then that creates a curse link, so that one might be kind of fun. Again, kind of reminiscent of Cinder. But this is Roller Brawl. I think she will go over pretty well, particularly if she upgrades well. But for people that always said, hey, they need more female characters, this is one of them. She's got a really cool background story. She's a vampire chick that does roller derby. Obviously, I'm thinking she should be fairly quick. I don't know if that'll be the case, but I mean, it would be nice to have someone up there with the ranks of Stealth Elf and, in particularly, if that dash will actually work without timing out or powering down or something. So I'm excited to kind of see what she does, and again, great timing with Halloween. It would be horrible if she was released around Valentine's Day or middle January or St. Patrick's Day or something. Some people might complain, hey, they need to hold something back or yada yada. She's an Undead Element character. This is the proper time, in my opinion, to have them all come out. So I, for one, definitely appreciate that. But again, pretty cool detail here. We've seen a lot from her. I just now have to kind of get her on the portal, play as her, see what we've seen, see what upgrades we haven't seen, and take it from there. But again, nicely done. Roller Brawl, Undead Element, SWAP Force Newlander, $9.99. No issues thus far finding her anywhere. And again, if you got somebody in the Skylanders, they've already got the game, this would be a great Halloween-themed gift. Could go well with Twin Blade Chop Chop, Grim Creeper, Night Shift, Rattle Shake, Pumpkin Eyebrow. Lots of stuff out there, very nicely done there. But again, I will leave it at that. Questions, comments, feel free to ask here on YouTube. For a quicker response, feel free to ask on the blog, oneofwisdom.com. I'll have a link at the top of the video description box. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. I will have pictures of her. Again, I don't know why the camera is having her. I don't know if it's like the black, maybe. She's one of the characters that has no gold. I like that about her. But it's really not doing her justice, this video. All the intricate details. I'm having a hard time kind of showing them off to you. So check the blog. Couple of days I'll have pictures up front, back, stat card, other undeads. If you've been on the blog, you know the drill, but I think that'll help you out. She is nicely detailed. It's just, for whatever reason, the camera's not picking it up, so my apologies there. But once again, thank you for watching, and as Roller Brawl would say, let's roll.